Today we have a special guest, Aric Bey from Black Star Line Cigars. You know, he was gracious enough to let us come through and give him an interview and just to pub up his product even more. We all liked it, as you all saw. We all gave him all fist up. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'll let Ken, you start it off.
All right. Once again, Aric, I want to say thank you for taking time out your busy day, to speak with us. You told me about the busy life going on right now, and I definitely feel for you because I'm in the same boat most of the time. Want to start this interview off by, I told you had a quote in one of your interviews that I found very, very interesting. And that quote was, "I'm allergic to bad business."
Yes.
All right. Yeah. That resonated with me because that's a big part of the reason why we started this show. The most notable negative opinions of Black-owned businesses, it's the poor customer service. And, we felt that just because you're Black or a Black-owned business, that doesn't automatically mean that we should excuse poor customer service. So, we wanted to highlight those businesses that we had an excellent product and an excellent product experience with. So could you explain to us or go a little bit more in depth as to why it's so important for you to be allergic to bad business?
Well, when you're dealing with bad business, and it doesn't matter if it's a white business, Black business, it puts a stain on the brand. And that's pretty much what I'm totally trying to avoid. I don't want anything negative associated with the brand. I don't want people to say that the cigars are bad, the tobacco is bad. I don't want them to say that customer service is bad. So I go out of my way to make sure that, we ship within 24 hours of an order, to make sure I respond to anybody that's corresponding with me, whether they reach out to me on DMs on IG, or they send me emails. So as a matter of fact, a customer sent me an email late last night, and I responded back to him right then and there. And he responded back like, "Man, I didn't think you was going to respond that fast. Thank you." Because he had some questions about the cigars, and I cleared those questions up right away. And then he turned around and ordered. So doing good business and providing good customer service, that helps to create repeat customers. Because once that word of mouth gets around, that you'll get your product fast, the product is good, the people that work for the company are great. It provides longevity for your business, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for to be here for the short term. This is a long-term game for me. So the practice of good customer service and good business up front leads on down to a long road of successful business for a Black Star Line or anybody else that's in business.
Okay, cool. So I saw that you've only been smoking cigars for about 6 years.
Yeah, roughly. Mm-hmm.
And how did you start from smoking cigars 6 years ago? Because I've been smoking for like 10 years to starting a business.
Yeah.
And that's kind of wild.
Yeah, a lot of people that
know me. Can you
explain
the passion for that?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people that know me know when I take a liking to something, I really dive head deep into it, and I really learn everything I can about it. So I like smoking cigars. I started smoking in the firehouse, and I enjoyed the experience outside of the cigar making my stomach really upset, but outside of that, I continued to smoke cigars and I really enjoyed them. So when I found out that I really enjoyed it, then I would smoke all kinds of different cigars, different strengths, different brands. I would never smoke anything that was the same. Then basically, while I'm smoking the cigars, I will be either reading about that cigar or I will be reading about another cigar. So I was becoming a cigar nerd day by day, a tobacco nerd. So that's how I really got my palate up to par, and because my palate is arguably better than some people that have been smoking twice as long as me. But I smoke a lot. Sometimes I'm smoking all day long, especially if I'm in sample mode. Well, I'm trying to figure out what my next blend is going to be. I could literally be smoking all day long. So I spend a lot of time. So it's like exercising. Your muscles don't get big if you don't go work out. So it's the same thing with cigars and developing your palate. If you're not smoking and smoking different things, then it's not gonna develop. So you got to do that exercise and sit down and enjoy the cigars and, you know, see what you can get out of them.
Okay. So how's your business been with this pandemic going on with COVID?
Fortunately for me, it's been good.
That's
you
great.
know, unfortunate, you know, due to people that are passing away and that type of thing and getting sick. But we experienced a boom in online business when COVID hit, because everybody's at home, and everybody either, unfortunately, is sitting around drinking beer or some kind of spirit and smoking something, whether it's marijuana, cigars, cigarettes, you know. So I mean, like I said, it's good for me, but I mean, it is if you notice, they're not closing any liquor stores, you know, due to COVID. They're going to be open, and then, you know, most tobacco lounges are open in some form or fashion, or you just order your cigars online. So those vices have really taken off because everybody's just sitting around and, you know, working from home, or they're unemployed at the moment. So yeah, it really helped us out.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about you, man, you have a strong social media presence out there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we're getting there.
And does that usually generate a lot of your orders?
Yeah, for one, people are curious what exactly Black Star Line is anyway. Some people don't know if I own a lounge or if I'm a brand or what, you know, because I get that question all the time. But then when they go to the website, they see that, you know, they're cigars, and the cigars are from El Tiden de Bronze and they're from Aganorsa Leaf. So, yeah, then the conversion rate, you know, it turns into them just looking at the website to convert into an actual sale.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I saw you have a lot of my friends that I didn't know. Like, you posted a picture of one of my friends that owns Guidance Whiskey, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
One of your posts. Yeah.
In the preliminary stages of doing an event with each other, and we're thinking about in Memphis.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, at the G spot.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, what was the first cigar that got you hooked on to smoking?
Well, the first cigar that I smoked was a Black Pearl. I don't know that's made by. That's the one that actually made me sick.
Yeah.
The first cigar that I actually really liked that didn't make me sick was Drew Estate's Dirty Rat. So
yeah, that's one of mine. That's one of the ones I like to smoke every once in a while. The Dirty Rat.
Yeah. Early on, I was a really big Drew Estate fan. Not to say that I'm not now. I just don't smoke them as much because like I said, I'm all over the place with brands.
Yeah.
But early on, I've probably smoked almost everything that Drew Estate has. You know, on up to the Unico A's and the Manifestos and stuff like that. So
cool.
So tell us a little bit about the name. Why the name Black Star Line Cigars?
Paying tribute to Marcus Garvey. So Marcus Garvey had a shipping company called the Black Star Line, in which his intentions were to take goods from here to Africa, to Ghana, and different parts of Africa, and even people. Unfortunately, the ships that he bought weren't seaworthy. They were damaged, a little beat up, so he didn't feel he could make it that far. So he did a lot of trading in the islands, in the Caribbean, and that type of thing. So further history on that: the Black Star Line, Marcus Garvey's Black Star Line, is a spinoff of the White Star Line, and the White Star Line is the company that made the Titanic. So,
Oh, I like that. So, thinking about the line of cigars and the infused cigars, what would you recommend for somebody who's a novice, like you were back in the day, just starting out, and then contrast that with someone who has an experienced palate? Which one of your cigars would you pair with them?
For a novice, I'm not a huge fan of starting people that are just starting out. I'm not a huge fan of referring them to infused cigars. So me personally, I probably would, it still may be a little bit strong, but I probably would refer them to the Sun Grown Habano. That's my blue and black label. Because I like to start people off with a milder cigar, that it won't be too harsh for them. And that's the mildest one that I have. It's not mild, but it's the mildest one I have, you know. But if I had a milder non-infused cigar, that would be where I would start them, man. But I don't have a mild cigar at all. But if they're opposed to, you know, like say they tried the blue and it was too strong, then I would have to revert to maybe the vanilla bourbon, you know, because that one's not strong at all. It's just, you know, it's got a lot of flavor in it. And the vanilla and the bourbon in the stick, they're very pronounced. So you could taste it really good. You could smell it too. It smells pretty good, you know. So yeah. So if I didn't, if they felt the blue one was too strong, I would just go ahead and send them to my infused ones. Even though, because I don't like infused cigars. I make them for people that want them. So I've smoked everything that I have, but I don't enjoy anybody's infused cigars, including mine. So yeah. Now, if you're
So
a
what
experienced
about
smoker,
the one experienced one? Yes, my fault. I was
no.
going back to the second part of the question.
Oh yeah. So experienced smokers, you can't go wrong with my Mexican San Andreas, the Sun-Grown Habano, or Woolwich. All three of those are for, you know, more experienced smokers. The Mexican San Andreas is a full body cigar. The Sun-Grown Habano is a medium full. Woolwich, it just depends on what you did that day. You know, how much you ate, if you know had enough water that day, and you know how many cigars you smoked that day, because depending on how many times you smoke and if you have a full stomach and all, Woolwich may come off light to you. Now, if you haven't eaten, you know, or you didn't eat enough, or you know, that's your first cigar of the day, it might beat you down because it's got a kick to it. It's not an ordinary Connecticut at all. Because most Connecticut's, like say hypothetically, or not hypothetically, like Monte Cristo, Connecticut. Those are, you know, they're mild, or Romeo and Julieta. Those are milder cigars. This cigar from Aganorsa Leaf is not mild like that. About the halfway point, it ratchets up in strength, you know, and then you'll feel it, you know.
So out of your cigars, is the Warwich your best seller? What's your best seller?
Yeah,
Cigar?
Warwich is the best seller. Yep.
Okay.
Warwich is the flagship cigar that I have right now.
Yeah, I just ordered some and they're sold out.
Yeah.
I went ahead and got the San Andreas though, and
okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Warwich is the best seller, but the San Andreas is rated the highest. So if anybody asks me my opinion on which one me personally, I like the best, the San Andreas one to me is the best, you know. But Warwich, in my opinion, Warwich is just like a step behind it, you know.
Gotcha.
But the Mexican San Andreas was rated a 92 by Stogie Press. The Sun-Grown Habano and Warwich were both rated 90 apiece. So all three good ratings. I felt this should have been a little bit higher. I thought it should have been a 94, 92, 92, but I'm not a reviewer. So it was just little, when I read the reviews, it was just little nitpicky things they were taking points off for, and, you know, so, but that's just how it goes, you know, so I'm not a professional reviewer. So that's just my opinion.
Gotcha. So we know that you like to sip on a little scotch. Which one of your cigars would you pair with sitting down, sipping on your best scotch?
Well, for the Mexican San Andreas, the official pairing is Brook-Lady PC10. The secondary pairing that I came across is Aric Bey 5, the 5-year that just came out. It's called Wee Beastie. That Mexican San Andreas does really well with smoky peaty scotches. The Sun-Grown Habano goes well with Brook-Lady Classic Lady. Now that's the bottle. It looks like it's a blue bottle. It's like a Tiffany color blue, you know. So that's the official pairing for the Sun-Grown Habano. And it actually took me a long time to find that pairing because everything I tried with it just wasn't hidden. Like the pairing with the San Andreas was like heaven. You know, everybody I tell to try it, even if they don't like a peaty smoky scotch, when they have it with that cigar, they like it. You know. When I finally found the Sun-Grown Habano, it probably took me like 9 months to find that pairing because I was trying a bunch of different stuff with it. Scotch, and like I said, I'm not a bourbon or rum guy, but I even went off into bourbon and rum trying to find which one I thought would work best, and I still didn't find anything. And I finally picked up that classic Lottie, and I had it with it, and I was like, oh, this is it. You know, I knew from as soon as I took that sip in the smoke, I was like, I knew that was it. Warwich, yeah, it's good. Warwich, the pairing right now is 4 rows of single barrel.
Okay.
So, and I'm saying that's the pairing right now because I like it, but a lot of people that are big time bourbon heads, in which I'm not. When I mention 4 rows of single barrel, they're like, ugh, like I don't really drink that. I drink XYZ, you know. So I have to get with some of my bourbon heads and see what are they pairing it with, and then I'm gonna go buy the bottle because I got to try it myself. So because like I say, I really don't like bourbon, but I'll bite the bullet and buy the bottle, and you know, and test it out for myself. Because if I'm gonna put it on Instagram, you know, take pictures of it and tell everybody, hey, this is what we're pairing it with, then I need to check it out myself. So, but right now it's 4 rows of single barrel. That goes really well with that stick.
Nice. So are you currently working on any new blends that you could tell us about? Or give us a little sneak peek on some new blends?
Yeah. I'm actually doing a stick for a retired NBA player. It's a 6x60. It actually has a Mexican San Andreas wrapper on that one as well. And then the binder, it's a Criollo binder and Condega and Jalapa filler, if I remember right. So I smoked one a couple of days ago, and it was really good. Like I couldn't even front. I had one of my buddies smoking too, and he was like, man, you're 4 for 4. And you know, talking about all the sticks. Like, I have 3 right now, and this will be the 4th one. So he was like, dude, because he's a manager of a cigar lounge down in Atlanta, and he told me, he was like, man, I'm really proud of you, man, because he was like, this will be your 4th good cigar, because he smoked all 3. He actually, since he's been up here, he's been smoking my cigars every day, you know. And when I let him try that sample, he was like, you know, outside of the size, you know, because a lot of you know, true smokers, they like 6x6 is a little bit too big. We like a lot of smaller ring gauges, because you get the smaller the ring gauge, the more flavor you're gonna get out of the wrapper, you know. But despite the size, it's a damn good stick. So I'm really excited to put this one out. So I'm actually gonna be meeting with a retired NBA player either tomorrow or Saturday, because he's in town. So because he wanted to smoke some more of them, so I got some more samples, and you know, we're gonna finalize what our terms are as far as, you know, legalities and financial stuff. And then once we have that finalized, I already completed the band. The artwork for the band is done. We got the cigar already done. We just need to design the box, and then we're gonna be ready to rock and roll with that stick. So hopefully it'll be out like January, because he ideally he wants it out like right before All-Star weekend. So yeah, because I'll be doing some parties with him, and promoting the stick. So that's gonna be hot.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, that one's coming out of Aganorsa Leaf as well.
Okay.
So I am the unexperienced smoker of the crew.
Okay.
You know, I am still stuck on the infused cigars. Actually, I got a couple of friends, a couple of bros up here who own shops. Really, they opened the first all black shop in Cleveland, and they don't smoke. Of course, they don't smoke infused cigars anyway. But you know, and they're always looking at me like, nah, I'm cool, you know, but you go ahead. But when it comes to your infused line, your infused cigars, I know that you originally offered the bourbon, the rum, and the coffee. As a matter of fact, that's what I ordered. That's what you sent to me.
Okay.
Are there any other, for those of us who aren't the hardcore smokers or the more serious smokers, are there any more infused blends that you have coming?
Yeah. So right now we have vanilla, bourbon, rum, and coffee, as you said. Rum and coffee are going away like really soon, maybe in the next week or so, because for one, my inventory of it is low, and then two, outside of the sampler, it's not selling like the vanilla bourbon does. Like the vanilla bourbon people go ape shit over the vanilla bourbon. Like
Got it right
I've
here.
literally, yeah, I've literally sold like at least 300 vanilla bourbon in the last 2 days. So, and here's the thing people don't know is I infuse all the cigars here myself. Like the factory has nothing to do with it. I do it all here. So the ones that are going to replace, and I got to see how these are going to sell, if they're going to be permanent or not. The ones that are replacing the rum and coffee are a peach cognac, and that's a 6x60. So it's a bigger ring gauge, and then it's a peach cognac. I have another batch of vanilla bourbon, and then the other new one I have is it's an apple whiskey. So it smells wonderful when I open up the Tupperware to check on them and make sure they're all right. They smell really good. I still wouldn't smoke them, but they do smell they do smell good.
Hey, well, thank you on behalf of the light smokers. You know?
Well, that's the thing is like when I would throw events, I would get people that were either just really coming to support me and they were only smoking a cigar because they were coming to support me, or they never really smoked before, or just occasionally, and they were kept asking, and I was like, you know what, let me make something so everybody would be able to enjoy themselves. And I did, and it worked out well.
I get it. So my next question is, as you could tell from the first one that I asked, I'm really big into the thought that you put behind your product. Okay. I noticed that there's a lot of symbolism when it comes to your product. When it comes to the wrapping, the stars about the Chicago flag, but for example, I wanted to know, why was it so important for you to pay homage to the police with the blue wrapper for I think it's the Nicaraguan sun-grown, and then the red for the San Andreas? Is it just because you're a firefighter and your partner's a cop, or can you explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, well, I'm a Chicago firefighter. Chris is the Chicago Police Department, so he's a police officer here in Chicago. And then we work hand in hand here in Chicago. If there's like say somebody got shot, of course we're coming because we're the EMTs and paramedics. So we're coming to help the people that are hurt. But the police have to protect us while we're doing it because we don't have any guns. Right. So we don't. If we show up on scene of somebody getting shot, somebody was shot, and the police aren't there, we can't even go over and help the people until the police get there. So we work hand in hand. Despite the recent climate of police officers and the shootings and things like that, we do work hand in hand, and we help each other out. Now, where I take a shot at the police with the cigars, the Mexican San Andreas is the red and black because it's the stronger one. It's the strongest. So that's just like me poking some fun at them.
I got you.
So you already gave us the preview of your bling coming out. Are there any other celebrity pairings you should be looking out for?
It's a new, and he owns a chocolate company. They call him Willy Wonka.
Oh, okay.
And we're potentially gonna do a Warwich chocolate. So when I get Warwich back in stock, I'm gonna make sure he gets some of them so he can sit down, smoke them, and then see what chocolates he can make and pair with them. And then we're trying to, put that together as like a little package.
Okay.
I'm also working on, not working on, I already have it. I'm just waiting for Warwich to get back in stock. There's a Warwich coffee as well. So I'm partnering with a popular coffee company here in Chicago called Dark Matter Coffee. And, he already got the samples here. I already had it with the cigars, and they taste, I'm not even really a coffee drinker, but it tasted good to me. So that's another thing we're working on. I am carried by Pravada Club, so I do have a joint stick coming out with them through AJ Fernandez. So that's gonna be pretty hot, especially when you all see the band and see what we're naming it. I think people will really like it. So, but I'll reserve that for, you know, next time y'all have me on, you know, I'll have some updates for you. You know, I'll be able to spill some more information there.
All right, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, cigars are a daily operation is your slogan.
Yeah.
And I noticed, man, that's the name of a album by Gangstar.
Yep.
You a big Gangstar fan, big hip hop head?
Yeah. I definitely am. Yeah. So that's why we named it. That's why that's where the slogan came from. Cigars are a daily operation is because of Gangstar and that album. You know.
Why that album?
It's one of the doper ones, outside of Moment of Truth. That's the other one that I really like gravitate towards. But a lot of the songs that's on Daily Operation, you know, it really resonated with me. And it's, you know, Primo's doing his thing, Guru's doing his thing. It's, you know, it's just classic Gangstar stuff. So, and, you know, and I just felt like, you know, it'll be a dope slogan, and it's a good way to pay homage to Guru, you know.
R.I.P. to him, man. That was crazy. His death was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Stuff surrounding it. So.
Yeah.
So,
So I pay homage to people that have come before us and passed on, man, because I think that's part of Black Star Line's strength too. There's, you know, the ancestors are backing us, man, and trying to help us win. So, you know.
Who you currently listen to now? Because I'm a hip hop head, so.
Joey Badass. I've been listening to his EP that came
EP
out.
Nice.
Yeah, that's dope. I was checking out Nas's last album. That's pretty dope.
That is dope.
I listen to a lot of Sean P, man. You know, Sean Price he's in my top 5. And when he died, I missed that dude to death, man. So a lot of Sean P, Smith and Wesson, a lot of Duck Down stuff. KRS-One is my all-time favorite. You know, I listen to all the older stuff. Some Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap. You know, I'm the youngest of 5, man. So everything my older brothers were listening to, I was listening to. So that's why some people because I'm 43, and but my music, hip hop knowledge goes back before that. Before, you know, because I was hanging around my older brothers and listening to what they were listening to. So all the stuff that they got, I got. You know, so that's why me and Ed Lover got along really well, because I could sit there and hold a conversation about hip hop with him. You know, and I didn't sound like an idiot. So yeah.
Old school toast. So what do you listen to when you're smoking? Is it just a variety, or, you know, new stuff, or you listen to the old stuff, or?
You know, how could I say it? A lot of times I'm listening to old stuff. I'm always looking for new stuff to listen to.
Yeah.
And then what I like to do, especially if some of my guys are over, and I think this is fun because we're sitting up smoking and we're evaluating. I like to listen to albums I didn't like when I was younger to see if I like them now in a different mind state. You know what I'm saying? Like Souls of Mischief, I really don't mess with them. I didn't like them when they came out because I don't like their voices. They sound like cartoon characters.
Yeah.
So, you know, we checked out, was it 93 to Infinity? And I was like, man, I still don't like it.
Now, has everything happened in reverse? Like, have an album that you used to like and now you don't like it? You don't like it now?
I'm trying to. It has happened. I'm trying to think who it was though. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It has happened once or twice, and I was like, man, this doesn't sound like it. You know, like it did. But you know, I'm trying to think of which one it was. It was something recently too. I can't remember. But yeah. So we do that. We do that for fun. You know,
that's cool.
And just pull out albums, and because it's just a good discussion piece while we smoking. You know, so.
So I had a question, man. I was watching one of your other interviews, and I saw that you're a martial artist.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you know, I always think that that's cool when I see or meet people that are doing things that are, you know, what many would consider outside of the box, of the norm. You know, what do you study, and how long have you been studying?
Let's see. My son is 21, so I've been studying for 20 years. I'm a member of the Green Dragon Society here in Chicago. So Green Dragon Society is a mixture of Bagua, Singi, and animal styles. So I know different styles of Tai Chi, Chin, Sun, some other ones. A couple of different styles of Bagua, a couple of different styles of Singi. But I also know a little bit of Wing Chun, a little bit of grappling. I know other little bits of other systems as well. So yeah, so that's like I said, I've been studying for a long time. I'm a Sifu in the school, and I've taught many people. I don't teach as much now because I don't have as much time, but yeah. So I've been training for a long time.
Folks should make sure they shouldn't run up on you too fast when they see you in the street.
It wouldn't be the brightest thing.
Would be the brightest thing. I got you.
Yeah, especially since I'm more into gun fu now than anything. Conceal and carry. The conceal and carry is really what you should be worried about.
So, all right, that brings up my next question, and this is a serious question. One, don't want to catch you too far off guard, but who's the greatest Hollywood martial artist of all time? And I'm gonna give you a list, okay?
Okay.
And this is besides Bruce Lee, so no cheating and just saying Bruce Lee, okay?
Yeah.
Jet Li, Van Damme, Cigar, or my personal favorite, Wesley Snipes.
Well, Van Damme and Seagal are out for me. You go ahead and scratch them off the list automatically.
Terrible,
Yeah, you scratch them off the list automatically. It will be between Wesley Snipes and Jet Li.
Okay.
And only reason why I would kind of lean towards Jet Li because I've actually seen him train. I've actually been to his school in China where he trained at as a kid. Because I've trained in China several times too, so I know how they train, and I've seen videos of him doing different styles and stuff like that. And he's not just an actor; he actually, he practices. Wesley Snipes is tough, but I've never seen like his training, so I don't know. I can't really speak on like him or Michael Jai White. Like I've seen stuff Michael Jai White does, and he's cold, and I just don't know what extent, of his training he's done, but like I've actually seen Jet Li stuff, and so I would temporarily lean towards Jet Li until I did some more research on what Wesley Snipes knows and that type of thing.
But Wesley could make a come up, is what you're saying. If the training looks right,
you got to give the brother a chance.
Oh yeah,
you got to give the brother a chance.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like some of the stuff he did in the movies. I just don't know if is that just movie stuff or is that But I know he does train for real.
I wonder if they did use him while he was in prison.
I guess if somebody
give her back there.
Give him back.
Yeah, I guess if somebody's trying to take his manhood, he better do something.
So before we get you out of here, is there? Or I actually kind of have a compound question. The first part is there anything that we haven't discussed or haven't gone over that you want to highlight? That's the first part, and the second part is if you could go back to 2019 when you were getting this started. Okay, actually officially getting the business started. What advice would you give Aric from 2019 or anybody looking to get into your business on, some of the pitfalls to watch out for or just the things to keep in mind?
Okay. Well, with that part, I would tell my last year version of myself, don't give out so many samples. Because initially we gave out too much free product. And and we found that people just wanted free product and they never intended to support us, So that would be the first thing. And then the first part of the question, remind me of what it was.
Is there anything that we haven't covered that you would like discuss?
The website is www.bslcigars.net. I did put in I gave you all a discount code for the site, particularly for this podcast. I can't remember what it is now, but I think Faith gave it to you.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get it. We got it.
If people are looking to purchase at a local retailer, I do have a retailer page on the site, and it lets you know all the retail partners that I currently have, the online sites as well as physical shops, so people can go in there and they can look and see, you know, if there's a shop that's local to them, if they want to just go swoop by and just pick up some sticks. So,
Okay.
and also a lot of the places that are listed on there, they do ship as well. So you could call the shops and see, you know, if they're willing to ship to you. You know, if they have them, they'll ship them to you. Yeah, I mean, other than that, no, I mean, we touched a lot of stuff.
Okay. Is the website the best way to get in contact with you, or do you prefer
Yeah,
IG? Or what do you prefer?
I mean, yeah, you could email me from the website, or people send me messages on Instagram all the time.
Okay.
The Instagram is just Black Star Line Cigars, and same thing for Facebook. Like I said, a lot of people reach out to me either or, email, send me an instant message, you know, or the DM on Instagram. So I respond to everything. So, I even responded to a guy that emailed me yesterday, and I mean, the email looked like it was written by a second grader. So
you work with everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Like when I say like a second grader, like the whole, it was an email and the whole message didn't have any punctuation in it at all.
One sentence.
Yeah, it was one long sentence.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like gibberish too, and I was just like, all right. But you know, like I said, I'll respond.
Money's green, man. Money's green.
That cigar you were smoking was hitting hard.
Just send them like, hey, thank you.
Yeah, I just got mine in today. Just literally like an hour before we started recording. So,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Man.
Well, I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, man. We support you, man.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you back if you have some new products coming out. Also, man, we appreciate you giving us a coupon code for our listeners out there, man. So all y'all out there who listen to the Urban Retrospect, man, please support this brother right here, man. You know, like I told you earlier, all of us gave the fist up. So
that's right.
And, you know, I love your product, man. I sit back
on the
weekend, you know, either I drink rum with it was good, bourbon with it was good. I'm going to try that Port Lottie Scotch you was talking about with it.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you, brother, man, and great success to you.
Thank you.
Bro.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
No problem.